and we have drama in France. This city is not big enough for the two of these amazing professionals. Carlos Alcaraz complaining to the chair umpire, this is not a clay court. What? What good energy? What did he say? Yes, Carlos Alcaraz complaining, this is not a clay court. Well, that doesn't make sense. Carlos Alcaraz says, this court is a hard court. What do you mean it's a hard court? Because there's several spots that are worn out, and this court is playing like a hard court. That's right. You can see them on the TV. It's visible. The court's defective all over. There's too many worn out. I mean, I feel like we're at Wimbledon, where you play a couple rounds into the tournament and the grass is just completely defective and players are getting injured all over the place. Wimbledon is by far the most dangerous tournament, and most professionals experience the most injuries in Wimbledon, or at least leading up to Wimbledon, with all the grass tournaments. But listen, guys, Carlos Alcaraz is 100% right. This court is worn out. It's affecting his game so much. He was up 5-2 in the third set, and Alexander would win 5 straight service games and take the third set 7-5. And now we have an official upset alert. This match is full of so much drama, ladies and gentlemen, but it doesn't stop there, as Alexander here complaining that there's blood on the ball. Who's bleeding? He stopped play because there's blood on the ball to get another ball. The chair umpire gives him a warning, and the crowd starts to boo him. Unbelievable. Listen, guys, now I don't cover the ATP as much. I just feel the WTA is a little bit more entertaining. The matches are just a little bit more competitive, but with a match like this where the head-to-head is 5-4 out of 9 matches, this here, Carlos a 3-1 favorite. I gave you the pick to take Alexander on the set spread at plus money. Well, that comes in as he's won the last 5 service games, but more drama here. It's in. It clearly looks in. Carlos says, no, it's out. The chair umpire comes down and challenges. It's out. And the replay shows it's out. Alexander is furious. But wait, there's more, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I've not liked about Carlos, I just think he's a little too fragile. I mean, he's one of the smaller players on tour, but he's, in my opinion, he's the best player on tour. Okay, maybe with the exception of the GOAT, Novak. I've said Novak is the greatest male tennis player of all time. But I do think Carlos will pass him in Grand Slams. I think he's that good, but he's got to become the 7th Spanish player to win the French Open to get there. But what about his durability, ladies and gentlemen? He's been injured way too much during his short career. And I thought it was a rule, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot call the physio for being fatigued or cramping. But it seems like every time clay season rolls around, Carlos Alcaraz, he's cramping. Now, cramping is technically considered a conditioning element, so you're not supposed to get treatment for cramping. However, it's one of those rules that they don't really enforce. They don't. And if you've watched Nadal over the years, he's called the physio time and time again for cramping. The same with Carlos Alcaraz. But technically, it's a rule they can enforce. Kind of like the rule, if we take a look in particular on the women's side of tennis, you play at the speed of the server. They never enforce that rule. I mean, Iga Swiatek, she holds up her player. She holds up her opponent every single return game, just putting up her racket. I could literally give you a highlight reel of at least 500 times where she has her racket in the air because she's not ready while her opponent's on the line. But we'll save that for a different day. But what do you guys think? Is Carlos going to pass Nadal or even Novak in terms of Grand Slams? If he doesn't, it's going to be because of his durability. I just feel Carlos, his body's breaking down. He's got the best resources. He's got the best treatment. And they're actually calling for a doctor right now. This does not look good, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're headed towards a 5th set. Who's going to take it? Can Carlos hold up? I am concerned about this young man. He is too good to be injured this much. Is Alexander going to get his first slam? Will Carlos get his first clay slam? Tennis in a minute. We'll be back.